In 1950, a science fiction novel was published called The Gods of Mars by a man named Philip Wiley, and this novel presented a hypothesis that humans had previously visited Mars millions of years ago. This is known today as the Arkadian hypothesis, named after the archaic astronauts, and it was quite popular in the early days of space exploration, but has since been largely dismissed as pseudo-scientific bunk. But what if it's not? What if there really are traces of ancient astronauts on the red planet? You see, the idea is that millions of years ago, Earth was much warmer and much wetter. In fact, it was almost like a tropical paradise. And because of this, it was home to many strange and wonderful creatures, including early hominids. Now, at this time, Earth was also much more hospitable to microbial life, which flourished all over the planet. And it was even at this time that the first multicellular organisms appeared. However, over millions of years, Earth began to change. The continents moved, the climate cooled, and Earth started to become the barren wasteland we know today. And so some believe that at this time, perhaps 40 million years ago, the first humans, Homo sapiens, built great cities and developed advanced technologies. And they used these technologies to escape Earth before it was too late. They fled to Mars, which at the time was much more like Earth, a bit further out from the sun, but still warm and wet and full of life. It is believed that they evolved on Mars and eventually became the Martians, the gods of Mars, if you will. And after millions more years, when Earth once again became habitable, they returned to their home planet and started the whole human evolution thing all over again. Sounds pretty crazy, right? Well, there may actually be some evidence to support this. First of all, there are similarities between the geology of Mars and the Earth, especially with the composition of our core and our atmosphere. And second, there are some striking similarities between human beings and some Martian rock formations. For example, there's this one place in the Valles Marineris Canyon system where there appears to be faces carved into the rocks. Are they just pareidolia in nature, or are they really the remnants of ancient astronauts? We simply can't be sure, and according to Graham Hancock, author of several books on the subject, we may never know the answer. According to Hancock, the evidence for the Archaea hypothesis is right there in plain sight, but we're simply too biased to see it. What do you think? Is there evidence of ancient astronauts on Mars? Let me know your thoughts.